Hi everybody, welcome to the PHC Trainer Spotlight today with Mr. Bob Janssen. Welcome, Bob.
Thank you. Thank you, Mark.
So, Rush City, Minnesota. That's not a name we think of when we're thinking of cutting.
No, we're kind of up in the North Country. I'm an hour straight north of St. Paul, Minnesota, which is the capital of Minnesota.
Yep. So you've gathered up over $500,000 in lifetime earnings. I'm guessing a lot of it is chipped away at weekend shows and counted here and there.
Yeah.
Do you have a lot of shows up in that part of the country?
You know, we really do. We have, between Minnesota and the surrounding area in our region, I mean, right in Minnesota, we'll have a show every month, starting probably in March and running all the way through till like the weekend before we came down here.
Right. And then the snow comes.
And the snow comes. It was already there. It was already there.
So talk a little bit about, you know, the cutting community up there. I mean, there's a lot of people that cut in that area.
Yeah, you know, we got a pretty strong deal going on up there. We, you know, our weekend shows, we'll average 80 entries a day on a weekend. And then, like, we'll have a couple bigger shows throughout the year. In the summertime, we'll have a couple shows there. Like, we had a show in Waterloo this year. It was, gee, I think we were 130, 140 a day for a couple days of it anyway. And so yeah, it's a pretty strong, pretty active group.
What is your main clientele up there? I mean, are they people that are looking just to kind of go show on weekends, or are they looking to haul and come down here to Fort Worth, or a little bit of both? You know,
it's really cool for us because we have a little bit of both.
Yeah.
I have customers that have just limited age horses that I show, and I have customers that are just rookie riders, 2,000 limit riders, that they just go to the close horse shows and that's what they want to do, and we got everything in between there.
Yeah.
And it makes it fun for us. We like to travel a lot. We come down here a lot. We show like in the Dakotas and West a lot. You know, we hauled this year obviously, and we showed everywhere. We started our year in Florida in December and ended our year in northern Minnesota the weekend before we came down here.
Right.
And we went as far west as Livingston, Montana, and everywhere in between.
Yeah.
So we like to travel a lot and do that. And in my clientele that we have, we got some awesome customers, and you know, not all of them went with us every weekend, but you know, majority of them did, and they just packed along and enjoyed the journey with us.
Yeah. Well, that's great. Let's go back a little bit. How did you get into cutting? How did you become a trainer? Where did you grow up?
Well, I was born and raised in Iowa, moved to Minnesota when I was in high school. We had horses when I was a kid, just piddled around with them. And when I was really young, I actually was an outrider on a Chuck Wagon Team.
Really?
Yeah, our neighbor had one, and that's how it all really started.
Yeah.
But then I went to college for 2 years for light horse management, ended up working for a reining horse guy, and got started in reining. Had a pretty successful career going in the reiners. You know, I was a 99 limited open Futurity winner.
Yeah.
I mean, I was open finalist, you know. But it was just not where my passion was. It was always with the cows and the horses, and I was a founding member of the North Central Ring Cow Horse Association up in our area, and did that for a while, and just took the natural graduation and got an opportunity to work for a guy riding cutting horses, and jumped on it.
Right.
And never looked back.
Right. Who are some of the people that have kind of influenced you along the way?
You know, it's kind of funny. You know, my family wasn't a horse show family. I didn't grow up showing horses. So kind of the same way with the reiners. I went to work for a reiner, learned that trade from him and many others. With the cutters, it's kind of been a school of hard knocks for me. You know, I was fortunate enough to come down here and learn from some of the best guys. You know, there's several of them, and even to this day, I still look for their help, talk to them. Even this horse show we're at this right now, I mean, I've been talking to the guys, trying to make my horses better, trying to make me better.
Yeah.
But there's been too many to mention, honestly, because they've all been so great about, you know, if you ask for help and are honest about it, there's a lot of guys that'll give you help.
Yeah, yeah. What does that do for your program to be able to come down here and bounce ideas or get input from those guys? And
it's fabulous. I mean, one of the things about our program that's a little bit different is I'd say 80 to 90% of the horses in my program are ones that we've raised ourselves or bought as young horses. Part of what I enjoy about training horses is making horses. Not to say that if somebody didn't have an open horse they wanted me to go show, I wouldn't do it. I'd enjoy the heck out of that. But I do enjoy making them horses, and realistically, I think 80-90% of the horses in our program are stuff that we've raised or trained. So, what it has done for me is it is my program. I mean, it's created my program, and I try to pick up little bits and pieces and things that work for me every time I'm down here. Yeah.
What are some of the challenges for you working, that far away and up there where it is more weekend type, that scenario up there, and then bringing a 3-year-old down here to the Futurity?
Well, the last few years of that have been a learning process for you, and the cool part about it is we go to enough of the bigger shows that it's not such a stretch for us anymore. I have what I consider to be a fairly good limited age program. I have a couple 3-year-olds every year, strong 4-year-olds, strong 5-6-year-olds, and we go all over our region, kind of all over the Midwest. And like this coming year, we're planning on coming down here to the 3 majors and doing that kind of stuff. And every time you get yourself exposed to it, as long as you're going in with your eyes open, you learn more. And you see what you need to do more, and just the quickness of the horses need to have here versus, showing at a small Futurity in September up north, But it's, the other thing that a lot of people don't realize is the quality of horses up where we're at over the last several years has improved so much that it used to be a thing where you'd come down here and, buy a 3-year-old off this Futurity that, the quote used to be, it's a 72 horse here, you go home, it'll be a 74 horse.
Right.
That's not so much the case anymore. We've got some real good quality horses up there now. And you have to be competitive, and if you're not competitive up there, you're not going to be down here. Not to say that isn't everywhere, but you kind of got to be bounded, even up north.
Well, and so you've obviously done that. You've done well in that, and you've bred a lot of horses out of your own program. Showed a lot of horses that you've bred and raised. What are some of the main horses that maybe stand out in your program?
Oh gosh, my 4-year-olds from this year were very cool horses for us. It's the hottest that I rode this year is one my wife bred out of a mare I showed, and he's just been a phenomenal horse. He's a big, strong, sore horse. I think we've won probably, 20,000-30,000 on him, something like that. And so he's obviously one. But I mean, if I have to just really think about the horses that stand out, it's this old stallion that we have. He's a son of Smart Chickalina. He was the one I made the open Reining Futurity finals on. He's the one I learned how to cow horse on. And we literally taught each other how to cut in the 2,000 limit rider class.
You can literally do it all.
And heck, he went on to win 40,000+ in the cutting. So he's always going to be one of them special ones for us. But there's been a lot of them along the way. And it's like I said, it's just a lot of fun for me to ride horses that we've raised. Like even my 3-year-old this year is one we raised, and it's kind of fun for us. We started freeze branding our horses here a couple years ago now, so it's kind of fun to start seeing them brands out and about and stuff like that. So
yeah. What does it mean, you know, that you've got some clients that you've hauled around all year, and now you're here coming to the World Finals? What's it mean to you, and you know, to have those kind of results?
It means the world. You know, we started the year with this goal, and you know, we talked to our customers about it, and of course they weren't all able to do it, but the ones that were, boy, they held fast with us all year. So even when it got tough, and when we're in, you know, when we're in Missouri and it's 100 degrees, and you know, we made something that could have been kind of bad into a really fun weekend horse show.
Right.
You know.
Right.
It meant the world to me personally that the people were committed and stayed with it and trusted in our program, and it worked. I mean, we got almost everybody there. You know, I had a goal for my novice horses. I wanted to have one in the top 5 and one in the top 10 when I got here. We made that happen. You know, we set our goals real early this year, and I can say right now we made every one of them. Well,
that's awesome. Well, it's quite a feat, obviously, for you to be, you know, where you're at, to do what you've done, and to come down here and mix it up with the best and your customers. We wish you nothing but success and all the best this week, and thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Mark. Appreciate what you did too.
All right, thank you.